coming through the interviews that the police had been conducting in places like Kero and Mumias, I was on a very high alert, and I knew that my time had come. And that's why I escaped through the back door to the bush next to my house, and I stayed there for about 1 hour and 15 minutes when I received rescue from a taxi driver, a friend of mine, who drove all the way from Luanda to come and rescue me, to take me to Kisumu, where I spent the rest of the night, and in the morning I stayed there up to around 2, 3 there, and then I took a flight back to my family because I was really traumatized, and I thought that I needed time to reflect on what we need to do as leadership of Western region.
The other allegations actually received a call from the high office. Not be tempted to mention State House, but maybe there is a phone call that you received that maybe prompted you, not to join maybe your colleagues in Mumias and, just go underground.
Those, like you correctly put it, those are allegations. I'm here myself to tell you what exactly happened. I never received a phone call from anybody, and the rallying call, the approach I had, even now I still have it because we are questioning. Indeed, now the meeting of Buhungu is over. What are the resolutions collected from the Luyas, from Western region, and how are they collected from the people? Those are the questions we are asking.
So you're discrediting the BBI Bukungu rally?
That was not a BBI because the committee that is charged, the committee that was gazetted by the president and was charged to collect views from the public, was not the one conducting the meeting. Okay. This was a political rally like we expected it to be, and indeed that's what happened, because even the views that are purported to have been collected from Buhungu are views of individuals, and some of those individuals are not people coming from Western Province, and that's why we were against that, not because we are against BBI. BBI is a proposal of my president, who is my party leader, and he has decided to support BBI, and therefore to us it's not even a request, it's an order that we have to support BBI.
Under the government chief whip, now you're in Nairobi, do you feel safe here? And when are you going back to Mumias?
Before I even respond whether I'm safe or not, what I'm asking as a leader and as a Kenyan, was it necessary for us to spend the hundreds of millions that was spent to bring that crowd that we saw in Buhungu to just take them through a document that they did not even have a copy of that document? Was it necessary? Whether that money was from the county government or that money was from the national government, it is still public money, which I think, in my opinion, we should have used it in a more logical manner than the way we are spending it. Otherwise, all of us are supportive of BBI, and that's why sometimes we also wonder whether it will be necessary for us to be spending money on a document that we are all agreed upon.
What's the way forward? What's the way forward after the Buhungu meeting? What's the way forward for Kakamega or Western Kenya politics?
The initiative we are talking about is an initiative of building bridges. And my recommendation would be that we indeed go out there to build bridges, because it does not make sense to ban bridges thinking that we are actually building. When you are actually building, you need to safeguard the ones you have already built so that you can make progress in building other bridges. But because the Kakamega Buhungu was about Ruto this, Ruto that, Ruto what. So are we doing BBI because of Ruto, or we are doing it for a document that we will have to use this document in many, many years to come?
And your take on the Western Kenya leaders who attended the meeting, including governors? These are high-profile politicians that have following in Western region. So what is your take about especially the Western leaders who attended the meeting?
I would just want to advise that with a lot of respect to our governors and the other levels of leaders in our region, I think it's a high time irrespective of our parties and irrespective of our affiliation and who we support, let us come together, think together, and look at what then affects the people of region without looking at it politically. Because the politics that we are currently engaging ourselves in will hurt our people much more. Because like the economic companies, the ones that have been improving the economic of Western province, like Mumias and Zoya, and then like the milk factory like Kitinda and what have you, if they are not addressed, our people will be forever be available for purchase of the 500 shillings like I saw when they were being bought in the stadium yesterday.
Finally, Washiali, you are making headlines again. The other time, you were confronting, a male person over an alleged theft, and you were seen on camera actually, almost, confronting this guy, almost assaulting this guy, and again, making headlines now. What do you think this, implicates your role as a government chief whip?
No, people should find out what is it this person had done before they implicate me, because Mumia's sugar is down now, and is down because of pilferage, some of which was caused by people who are siphoning fuel, some of them who are stealing spares, and some of them who are actually putting up projects that Mumias did not need. And today, what our fears were, that Mumias will collapse, has eventually I mean, that's now the story. Given my position,
we're winding up.
Yes,
we're winding up.
Given my position of as a member of parliament, and I didn't know you had this short time, but given my position as a member of parliament, I have to feel for my people. I was not doing it because I had a personal difference, but I was doing it because I wanted to protect the interests of the people of